Live from Splashdown. Splash. It's the Geek Show.
Splash.
That was the sound it made.
Yeah, that was kind of cool to watch. We'll talk about it. Start the show. Let's go.
Okay.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Howdy.
Jay tried to be here, but had bad internet out on his boat because he's picking up the astronauts. Yeah.
I hope he gets to him before the Somali pirates.
Yeah. Here's hoping.
Can you imagine going from 0 G's back to Earth gravity and then having to like stand on a raft?
Yeah. All that cool high tech stuff that you wind up in a raft. You know,
That's the thing. I watched that, and it took half an hour to get the raft in place.
I guess there was a communication.
They were having communication issues, but I feel like in IT anyway, when something goes wrong, you say, "Okay, we're going to look at that over here." Meanwhile, you guys keep going forward with the project. And
So
you keep
NASA
making
could
progress.
communicate with them. They had troubles communicating with the Navy
With the
because
divers.
they were on like different whatevers. And I also learned they had to be in there for so long because of the toxic fuel.
Yeah.
That like they had to wait, like they had to make sure that there were no leaks or anything before they could open up the hatch and free our dear close personal friends, the astronauts.
Yeah, I think they said that was cleared by 15 minutes after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what else? Do you
If
know
it
what
were
else
me,
was cool?
oh, sorry, Rebecca.
Oh, I was just gonna say it was really cool to watch the live stream with no ads.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all.
I'm surprised the Chinese didn't take a chance to advertise their space program, which is eclipsing ours greatly,
Well-
but we don't know it because we don't get to see what other countries are doing in
That's
space.
true.
Sometimes, like, do you guys remember when Mir came down the space station? When they
I remember when it went up, Tony.
Oh, nice. And Taco Bell put a giant target out in the ocean.
I do remember this.
Remember that?
Oh,
and they said
man.
if it hits the target, everybody
Free
gets a
tacos
free taco.
for everybody.
See, I don't remember
was
that,
like-
but I vaguely remember Skylab coming down.
Well, I
yeah.
wore my Skylab helmet when I watched the thing yesterday.
I wonder if it was it Skylab that Taco Bell? No, it was Mir.
No,
right?
Skylab was like in the
70s.
70s.
Okay.
Yeah, they're the entire plot of the movie Dogs in Space, aside from a bunch of Australian punk rockers trying to go to an Iggy Pop concert, is them getting really high and watching Skylab break up over the horizon.
Well,
If I were one of those astronauts, I probably, to adjust to the 0 G, would have just jumped in the water holding one hand on that raft.
you know, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah. But they also
Pitch
they have their big suits on.
They got really heavy suits
Yeah.
on,
Yeah, that's
so
true. That's true.
Yeah, still.
Well,
6 of one, half a dozen
Anyway,
of the other.
just happy my close personal friends, the astronauts, are back.
she's friends with the astronaut. She's Rebecca Frost, everybody.
Knows these people?
Yeah, she's friends with
Because
them.
I also got Carrie asked me to whip these out
Oh, yes.
Yay.
just in time to not be at Disney.
Well, save them for our next trip.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if Carol Danvers actually like showed up wearing mouse ears?
Oh my gosh, wouldn't that be
So
so
cool.
cute?
He's wishing for Carol Danvers to show up in mouse ears. He's Lee George Cade,
I just
everybody.
kind of want her to show up in general. I think things would kind of work out a little better,
I think so.
right? Like
More
Carol
of
just
her.
shows up, is like, no, we're done with this. This is done.
Yeah.
She's not going to do that whole diplomatic Superman thing, except for that last Superman movie. He kind of did what I think Carol would do. So never mind.
Okay.
Somebody with power show up and fix this shit.
He's
Thanks.
rewriting the Superman movie.
Well, he did take the leader of the bad country, or the bad leader of the one country, and I mean, he didn't
No, he
drop him
didn't.
over a city like
That was
Hot
Hot
Girl
Girl.
did, but he
No,
did
that
leave
was-
him on a cactus.
Yeah,
Hot
pushed him
girl.
up on a cactus and
Hot
Yeah.
girl.
yeah.
Robert Neal, everybody. He never mistakes Superman for Hawk Girl.
No, sorry. Hey,
Especially in your Jon Stewart cosplay.
That's true.
no. Yeah, or, mistaking Jon Stewart for Guy Gardner.
Different
Quad
bowl
T, Too Tall Tony is very excited about his latest energy drink discovery. And, that's
Oh,
all he
yeah.
can talk about.
I got the Kirkland energy drinks.
He is. I think that
Got
instead
them
of
right here, baby.
Instead
It's
of
been advertising for Kirkland.
Instead of Gingerbeard XL, it should be like Costco God or something like that on your label.
Costco shill. What?
Costco shill. That fits. Yeah, I finally found him
Costco
this
Squatch.
week.
There you go.
Costco
Squatchco.
Costco.
Squatchco.
You know, if I had to shill for a major organization, though, one that takes care of their employees and gives them good benefits. And,
Yep, you could do a lot worse
You
than
could do a lot
Costco.
worse.
It's true.
Jake Black has joined us from the Star Trek show that we do, and he's just he's cleaned the kitchen too many times and decided to hang out with us today.
Yeah. Fun times.
Man
Happy to have you.
Man knows his Star Trek, and he'll be at the Long Island Comic Con June 12th through the 14th, signing autographs and speaking on panels. And so if you're in the Long Island area, go and see Jake.
Very much a throwback to old fan-run conventions.
Oh, really? It's one of
Yeah.
those.
Yeah.
Okay. That means
And
it'll
our
be,
host.
You find yourself in Long Island after you ask yourself why, then go see Jake.
Yes.
And our
Because
host, Jackson.
you could just be in a New York state of mind. It happens.
That's a
Daredevil.
reference to something,
Bring
right?
it. Bring it.
Daredevil.
It's a song.
Daredevil.
What?
And our host, the Daredevil himself, Mr. Kerry Jackson.
Monday through Friday, 6 to 10, x96.com. All right.
Can I say one last thing about my dear close personal friends, the astronauts?
Close
Please
personal
do.
friends, yes.
Yeah, well, we were really close because I don't know if you guys are aware, in Uganda there is a chimpanzee civil war.
I had heard a little bit.
Oh,
about
I get all
this.
these Google alerts. I have
We were
monkey
so
and
close.
war in my
We're
Google
we're
alerts.
real close. That we're real close to Planet of the Apes.
So what are they
It's
doing?
strange with chimpanzees because they are genetically the most close to the human race. Like, you can get a blood transfusion from a chimpanzee in most cases, but they are the most violent of all the primate species,
Yeah.
Go figure.
hands down.
They,
aside from us.
Apparently, these chimps, they were all together in some kind of tribe or community. I don't know what you call a group of chimps.
The BBC article calls them a close knit community.
Okay, a community of
An
chimps.
They
enclave.
live in a walkable
then
community.
They separated and started doing different communities, but now these communities are fighting with each other.
So you're saying tribalism is bad?
I'm saying we're going to lose because of
I'm
it,
saying we're
because-
no better.
Yeah.
No, we're not. We should be taking a tip from the bonobo, which is a type of chimpanzee. They're completely passive. All they do is group sex.
But not all the bonobos are passive because the evil chimp in the new Planet of the Apes movie is a bonobo.
That's wrong.
There's only like two chimps you can trust: Lancelot Link and Mata Hari.
Amen.
And it's really weird, Carrie, that you managed to throw out a bonobo joke without actually bringing up the English synth pop band Bonobo.
Is it not
Oh, yeah.
bonobo?
Bonobo. I was just following Lee's
tomato,
lead.
tomato.
Bonobo.
My anthro teacher called them bonobos.
But Lee, can group sex really be passive?
The way bonobos do it, yeah.
All right.
They just lay around. Somebody comes up and is like,
What's the matter,
hey, and
Rebecca?
they're like, oh
You
yeah,
look
no
weird.
problem. I'm not proposing it for everybody.
Rebecca needs an adult.
I'm just saying, instead of bombing the hell out of some third world country, try group sex.
Rebecca, have you seen the Planet of the
Iran's
Apes
not
porn
a third
parody?
world country.
I wasn't talking about
quick to
Iran. I don't
Google.
bring up current politics ever.
Planet of the Apes porn.
Don't know.
Oh, no.
Why are you
Oh, it's out
searching
there.
for that?
Don't do that, Rebecca.
Jake said it.
I asked
Thanks,
if she
Jake.
had before.
It's called Planet of the Babes.
No.
Wow. Anyway,
I think I saw that on Cinemax when I was 15.
okay. Let's see. Let's get moving with the news here. Tony, we got to look at season 9 of Rick and Morty this week.
That's still on?
Yeah.
Yes,
Well,
I am very excited for more high concept sci-fi rigmarole.
Lee, as it's put here, anything is possible when everything is possible. 100 years of Rick and Morty continues in a new
100
season.
years of Rick and Morty.
Season 9, only an indefinite number more, it says here.
Yes. I watched the trailer. It looks great.
Yep,
Anyone
May
that's still
24th.
complaining about the voice changes, just give it up, guys. It's fine.
Yeah.
They're fine. They
They-
do just
yeah.
fine.
Exactly.
I moderated their panel actually in Atlanta last summer, and not only are they fine, they're really good dudes.
See,
Really
there
really?
you go.
good dudes.
Even more of a reason to like it.
We were talking about a writer who replaced Chevy Chase and just had different actors playing Pierce Hawthorne on Community. So,
Well, yeah, Dan Harmon said that he is happy that he's got young people in his writer's room who can keep track of all the universes because he can't. So that's May 24th. So that trailer is out there. Go ahead and watch it. 10-episode new season on May 24th. So set your calendar, Tony.
I haven't already.
I know, right? We also got a look at The Punisher: One Last Kill, which is a special. It's a 1-hour special. And it will, the trailer is out there. It will drop on May 12th on Disney+.
it's a musical.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Sure.
The end.
Lots and lots of kissing. Lots of dancing.
Apparently, Bernthal is, he's in this Broadway version of Dog Day Afternoon.
Oh.
Where he plays the Pacino part.
Is this in the movie?
No, this is on stage.
Yeah, it's in the movie.
Oh, this isn't part of the Punisher.
No. And the guy who
Frank Castle finds himself in a Broadway show.
If you can get over trauma with Our Town, you can do anything apparently with plays.
Apparently. But the guy who plays his partner in the robbery is the guy who plays the Thing, and I can never remember his name.
Ebon Moss-Backrack.
Thank you very much.
They are best friends. And if you watch their Hot Ones verses, you'll see they love each other.
And apparently the play is very bad.
Oh, no!
That's all the reviews I've read just say it's terrible, and I'm like,
I saw a thing. He has broken his nose 14 times.
yeah,
That tracks.
yeah. And it's weird to see him interviewed because he's just a nice guy. Oh, excuse me. Higher voice, But when he's doing Frank, he's like, "Is that what you think, Red? Huh? Is that what you think?"
Let me tell you something.
Let me tell you something. Is that what
But
you
you
think?
see him on the street, and he's like, "Hi, I'm John Bernthal."
And for Lee, because I know you're watching One Piece.
Yes, I am.
Well, this is a Lego special.
What's up? What's up?
I know, right? September 29th. It's called, let's see. New animated special, Lego One Piece. A 2-part animated special premieres on September 29th, produced with the Lego Group. But, so you get that as well.
So
now
if you want to see something wild, they did a making of the season 2 of One Piece, and finding out that almost all the sets were actually practical and not done on the volume.
Oh.
And considering what those sets were,
That's pretty expansive.
especially inside a whale.
Yeah. Well, the 3rd season of the main live-action series will be titled One Piece: The Battle of Alabasta.
Yes.
So that's what you're going to get for season 3, and that will be next year is when we'll get that. So.
I love when there's news delivered that is so obviously only for me because I'm the only one reacting, and everybody else is just like, I think I'll check the news. And Rebecca's reading War and Peace.
No, I'm knitting.
She's knitting. She's literally...
Same thing. Same thing. Also, we got an announcement this week that Tales from the Crypt, you remember that show?
Mm-hmm.
With the Crypt Keeper.
Yes, they're not making new ones, but the original that ran from 1989 to 1996 on HBO. Wow. Is going to be available on Shudder, May 1st.
So reruns.
Yes.
The first season will arrive on May 1st on Shudder. The rest dropping every Friday through June 12th.
Reruns
That
that
is-
a generation may not have seen, Tony.
Yeah, exactly.
I have seen, not like all of it, but I have very fond memories of knowing I shouldn't be watching this and my dad letting me watch it anyway.
Wow.
Yeah, I had the same experience, but I was, in my
But
20s.
if you look at the trailer that they put out for this, it's just clips of the old show. I didn't realize how many famous people appeared on this show. Let me give you a list. Brad Pitt, Demi Moore, Michael J. Fox, Catherine O'Hara, Christopher Reeve, Kyle MacLachlan, Joey Pants, Patricia Arquette, Ewan McGregor, Steve Buscemi, Martin Sheen, Joe Pesci, Tim Curry, and they were directed by the likes of Robert Zemeckis, Toby Hooper, William Friedkin, Mary Lambert, Fred Dekker, Richard Donner, Walter Hill, and more.
I don't
damn.
recognize
Maybe
any
this
of
is
these names.
this is worth a revisit.
I know, right? Because I never really paid attention to it when it was on. I worked on my Crypt Keeper impression so that I could do it on the radio, but that was as far as it went, really.
Wait, Rebecca, you were watching this show? It must have been
As a
reruns,
child.
though. Like,
I mean, I was.
you'd have
for
been like
sure-
4.
Well, it was...
Have you met Bill Frost?
Exactly. 1989 to 1996, so...
In 1996, I was 7.
Okay.
Well, and they were syndicated for a while after they were
Yeah.
on HBO, because I remember watching them late at night on ASTU before it was still like Fox 13.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I remember watching them first run after the Friday the 13th, the series starring Canadian superstar Roby.
Wow. There's a name I've not heard in a very, very, very long time.
Tony, this was also the show that let Arnold Schwarzenegger direct his first thing.
Oh, I love it then.
Yeah.
Mr. Crypt Keeper, if you could just stand closer and flex your muscles. Oh, wait.
You're so
have a
stringy.
pun off.
When's the last time you've done a bicep curl? You're so stringy.
Tony, what are your thoughts on his bastard son winning that bodybuilding competition?
Good for him. Joseph Banner put in a lot of hard work to get this title. He put in a lot of work at the gym. I helped train him. He's got good genetics. You know, he's got everything going for him.
Is that the moon-faced boy?
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
You said
let's-
almost exactly the same thing about the son that got jerked off on that show on HBO.
It's got
I
everything
put in a
going
lot of
for him.
a lot of hard work with him.
Yeah, I trained them both on the masturbation techniques.
We train together all the time. We put a lot of hard work in.
So pretend he's not your brother.
Now I need an adult.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey,
How's that knitting going, Rebecca?
Yeah, how is it?
good.
She's knitting War and Peace, and we're very excited.
Joseph, come here. Your brother needs to work with the scene.
Help.
Don't look at the ladies. They are just
Don't look.
distraction. Focus on your brother.
Just lay down right here.
Well, kiddies, on this episode,
Oh my goodness.
let's
I love you all.
Let's do some housekeeping, and then we'll move on and forget that this.
We already did it. We don't have to.
I know, right? GeekShowGotThisCovered.com. That's the link to our Patreon. You can go and support the show. It's very affordable. You get the after party, which is us just continuing. I mean, if you want this
This.
after
I may have to miss
know.
today's after party for
Yeah, whatever
reasons.
this is.
It's got
personal
me laughing
reasons.
so hard I can't do the Arnold impression right even.
But yeah, we continue the show after this part of the show on the after party. It is strictly for our Patreons. You get the TV show in space early.
Is she
And,
liking it yet? Is she
she-
liking Dave Stein?
As you can see, it says it finally gets good, she says.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
but
I
it
think I
says
spoke too
supposedly.
soon. I think I spoke too soon.
Oh.
Come on.
Yeah, she's starting up season 3, and it's a little rocky for her right now. So you get that.
Not
Don't
enough
forget,
plywood suds.
not enough. Geekshow.store is also the place where you can go to get our merchandise, our T-shirts. And Lee did the math, and yeah, you better get that Geek Show 15th anniversary poster
You got
soon.
2 years.
Because we're coming up on the 18th anniversary in May.
And oh boy, I have the poster
can
for
vote.
20. It's for 20 years. I have my idea, but I think we're going to have the whole panel decide on what they think the theme of the 20th anniversary poster should be, and then we'll put it up to our patrons. And
Cigarettes.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Couldn't you make that?
Cigarettes.
Couldn't you make that 15 and 8?
I could. You know, it'd be a matter of like finding the original artwork and
Don't worry about it then.
yeah. But I'm thinking, we go back and do like the original Hildebrandt Star Wars poster for our 20th.
Ooh,
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
sounds
Mostly because I want to be Obi-Wan.
Is Chewbacca on that poster?
Yeah,
Yes, he
well,
is.
obviously.
I'm in.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. The original poster.
Well, is the original poster the one with Luke holding the lightsaber up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Where's
the
Chewbacca
Hildebrandt
on
one.
that? I can't.
I don't think he's on that one.
He's the space. He's the stars.
Well, you're
he's
going to make
everything-
him on there,
in
and
your
he's going to
heart.
be me.
Yeah, that's the thing about art is you can put things in it.
Maybe we should do Empire Strikes Back.
Please. for
Rob's
reasons.
like, I would like to be on the poster
Rob,
too.
Look, I can imagine not everyone's from Space Britain in episode 4 if I want to. Put a person with a different pigmentation in it.
Oh, you're right, Tony. He's not.
I didn't think so. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
Luke.
R2D2 and that other droid
Yeah,
Yeah.
Leia.
and Luke.
Yeah.
Well, isn't it exciting that in the month of May we turn 18, which means we'll be registered for the draft. So,
Oh, wait a minute. I guess that I could, if we do it chasing Amy style, I could be Darth Vader or Jake could be Darth Vader, but then somebody's got to go off on a tangent about the blackest man in space being white.
that's true. That's true. All right, and let's see. We also want to thank Nicole, our friend Nicole at Cat's Cleaning. Let's be honest, your house isn't messy because you're lazy. It's just that you're busy. You've got work, family responsibilities, spending the weekend binging your favorite TV show for the third time, Daredevil. Life stacks up. Dust does too. And that's where Cat's Cleaning comes in. Locally owned, family-owned business, been cleaning homes at the Salt Lake Valley for over 25 years. And Nicole understands something simple. Letting someone clean your home is personal. It takes trust. Her team shows up, treats your space with care, pays attention to the details, makes your home feel truly clean because they don't cut corners. They clean them. So you can get a hold of Nicole, our dear friend. She already has heard from quite a few of you, and thank you very much. 801-403-7342. Or you can go to Cats Cleaning SLC. That's KATS Cleaning SLC.com for a free quote. So you can spend less time scrubbing and more time living. Thank you, Nicole. Hope things are going well for you. All right. Got a couple of alien stories because you know I loves me the alien. Season 2 is getting underway soon. And they've announced that Peter Dinklage is joining Alien Earth Season 2.
As an alien creature?
They have not said.
No, he's got to be in charge of some capitalist infrastructure.
100% agree.
I want him to be I want him to be inside the eyeball sheep. Driving the sheep.
Maybe the
driving the
eyeball.
eyeball.
Maybe the eyeball sheep. No, because the eyeball's in a guy now.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
true.
the
Over
eyeball's
the
in a
dead
guy.
body. So.
But he could be inside the eyeball piloting it.
I was going to say maybe the eyeball starts to speak and it's his voice. That'd be weird.
My
But
bet is
I think Rebecca's right. I think
Yeah.
he's going to be the head of a corporation.
he's a tech bro.
I can dream, though.
Here's the thing is that Season 2 is going to be shot at Pinewood Studios outside of London instead of Thailand, which is where Season 1 was filmed.
Let's go to Pinewood.
Yeah.
Pinewood's had some amazing things shot on
Yeah, I
it.
was going to say, the
I-
pedigree
I-
on that is...
I took a tour of Pinewood at one time.
What were they building?
Well, Michael Palin took us there to show us Monty Python props.
Brag much.
And I,
Bubble brag, yeah.
and I got to see the Mr. Creosote suit.
Let me tell you one of the proudest moments I had as a parent is I was watching with the youngest child, watching Legend, and the kid looked at me and said, without missing a beat, "Wow, set like that had to be Pinewood Studios, right, Dad?" Like, yes, child, yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Pat that kid on the head. Go,
Yes.
yes,
Yeah.
excellent. Also, this is kind of interesting. If you got your HBO Max, they didn't announce this at all. They just did this quietly, like one night. The David Fincher Alien 3, the assembly cut, was just dropped on HBO Max there. Alien 3, the assembly cut, it's a much longer version of the very maligned 1992 Alien franchise.
We liked it.
I liked it. This version clocks in at 2 hours and 25 minutes.
The way Fincher would have wanted it.
The way that compared to the theatrical cut, which is an hour 54.
Is this the Joss Whedon one?
No,
No.
David
No.
Fincher.
David
No.
Fincher.
That's directed by a pair of Frenchmen who should have never been allowed to touch an alien movie, but God, it was a trip.
So the lore behind this edit goes, Fox wanted a director's cut of Alien 3 for home video. Fincher declined to participate, so the studio created this assembly cut and released. Now, see, I have this. I didn't realize I had this because I didn't look closely enough. On the 2003 Alien Quadrology DVD box set. So I guess I've owned this all this time, and I just didn't know.
Congratulations.
It contains extended takes and deleted scenes directly impacting the plot. At one point, Ripley and the inmates actually succeed in trapping the alien in a toxic waste room until one prisoner deliberately sets it free. A lot of the plot holes are filled. The fates of some of the minor characters are revealed. And here's the most... It's an older movie, so I'm not going to give you a spoiler warning. As she's falling into the
Fire
iron, into
Is
the
this the
fire pit.
exo loader ending one?
That's
No.
Aliens.
That's the
That's
second.
two.
Tony, have you not seen an Alien movie?
I've seen the first one. And
Oh, you've got to see
all of them
the
after
others.
1995, I think.
Well, they're all on HBO Max now. But the chest burster that pops out of Ripley during her final sacrifice, that effect was added during reshoots. That wasn't supposed to be there. So that's been deleted.
I did like how she was caressing it like it was her child, though.
Yeah,
In
that was.
in the theatrical release.
I
It's
thought it
creepy.
was kind of cool, but it yeah. So
That's
go
what you
and
got
take-
from that, Lee?
Well, yeah, I was on drugs.
Okay, no, fair.
Yeah, go and take
Apparently,
a look at this.
Carrie. Apparently, this version. Oh, there's a 2010 Blu-ray version that has color correction and sound mixing to make it look like the rest of the movie.
Oh, really?
Unlike the 2003.
Okay. Alien 3 Assembly Cut isn't the only special edition on HBO right now. The Aliens Director's Cut and Alien Resurrection Special Edition were also added.
There was a resurrection.
Yeah.
Nope.
In the case of Aliens, there's a strong case to be made that the theatrical version is superior. Early scenes at Hadley's Hope have kind of a cheapness to them, it says here, and takes the focus off of Ripley and undercut the mystery of what Ripley and the Marines will find once they land on the planet. But then there are a couple of moments, like the scene with the automated sentry guns, that feel like they were added, So go take a look at them if your wife and kids are out of town, for example, and you have time to kill. Go ahead, Jake.
Jake.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I know this has been talked about many, many times, but it looks like it's finally moving forward. Metal Gear Solid, the movie. And the reason it's moving forward is because of these two. Zach Lipovsky and Adam B. Stein. They are the duo that brought back Final Destination, Bloodlines.
Was it good?
It was, yes.
Okay.
So they've got control of it, and they're going to make it go. So, yeah.
I don't know about this. Not because of them, but
Yeah.
just because of Metal Gear Solid in general.
Yeah.
Like, this whole story and everything that Hideo Kojima has created is so big and convoluted and weird that I don't know what they're going to do with this unless they really just focus on, like, the story from just the first game, or just a piece of the first game. Like, I don't know.
Tony,
It's-
what if this is like toe in the water, like Iron Man was? So we'll focus on something small.
Well, that's the thing.
start.
If they do that, I think they can go somewhere. But the problem is with a lot of these things, they try to throw in as much from everything related to the topic as they can, and you can't do that with this. It's just too weird.
I may have missed this when you started talking about it, Carrie. Is it a movie or a TV series?
It said that it was a movie. Let me double check.
Yeah, that's the mistake.
Yeah.
If they were to do a TV series, and this is I call it the One Piece lesson. One Piece as a movie wouldn't have worked, but One Piece where they're handling like a whole season per story arc,
Yeah,
that's
and
the way to do it.
they really could, because the setting for Metal Gear Solid isn't that expensive to recreate. It's a military facility, right? It doesn't have a whole ton of futuristic stuff until you get to the very end when you see Metal Gear itself in action.
What's the premise of this game?
Oh, I don't.
Shoot people.
It's conspiracy, government conspiracy, war machine, special secret agent. It's crazy.
It's about a guy who likes to put a box over his body and just kind of
Exactly.
wander around.
So you boil it down to the first game. You're a guy who goes in and tries to take out a giant death machine called Metal Gear, and you fight these really weird people along the way that are part of a secret special forces team that have superhuman abilities. Nothing big crazy, but they're stronger than normal, faster than normal. They might have some psychic abilities, things like that. Like they could do it, but they got to be careful. Otherwise, it's just going to be sloppy.
So if they make a movie of this, I want them to make a movie of Karateka.
I don't even know what that is, but yeah.
Why are they doing any of this when Jim Cotta is just sitting right there?
Exactly.
Oh, Jim Cotta meets Metal Gear Solid. There you go.
Yeah, Jim
Haikima.
Cotta, solid.
All right. Anyway, so they're working on that. We'll see
I
what
like
happens.
Tech Blueberry summed it up really good. If you boil it down, the whole Metal Gear franchise starts off being the idea that nuclear deterrence doesn't work. There's always
There might be something there. Yeah.
Hideo Kojima takes that and just wraps it in this really convoluted, interesting, character-driven
But
story.
without a floating fetus, so it doesn't really work.
No floating fetus, and he got to that later on in his
Yeah,
career.
it's like, I'll save the weird shit for later.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. The James Gunn's working on the new Superman movie, and he's apparently Maxima is a character in it. No.
Dang.
It's
Interesting. I'm
Who's
curious
Maxima?
about that.
Yeah, DC nerds. Step forward.
You want this one, Rob?
I got
Sorry,
this
I
one.
gotta go get my knitting. I'll be right back.
I'm gonna be in on this one too, Rob, because
Awesome.
I have strong feelings about this.
So Maxima is a character from a planet called Almerac. She's the warrior queen, and she sought a consort back in the 90s, I believe.
Yeah, early 90s.
In the Justice League titles, because I think she appeared in that as well as the Superman titles. And she chose Superman, and he's kind of like, "No, I'm good, thanks." She's like, "Oh no, you will be my consort." He's like,
get a say
"No,
in
seriously,
that."
I'm good." And she became an antagonist for him for honestly a good few years, and then she became kind of a almost hero on Earth. She actually joined the Justice League at one point in that iteration of the DC universe. Before kind of being like, "You sure you don't want to?" He's like, "No, seriously, I'm good."
Yeah,
Yeah.
she was part of the Justice League
Task Force.
with before Task Force. She was in Doomsday. She fought.
Right.
Yeah, she was part of that. And the story where she becomes more of the hero, where she has her like heel face turn, is called Panic in the Sky, and it was a Superman story where Brainiac comes, and it's like the yellow goatee Brainiac with the skull ship and all that. When I was a kid, I loved that story. When I've read it as an adult,
Not so
I
much.
don't like that story because it's ostensibly a Superman story, but Maxima is the hero of the story. She's the one that saves the day and kind of makes Superman look like a punk in it. And I believe that in the same way that Supergirl is adapting loosely, well, not loosely, pretty directly adapting Woman of Tomorrow, I think they're doing Panic in the Sky with this Maxima reveal. Since they've already cast Brainiac and it requires Lex and Superman to team up, it's gonna be.
I get the feeling,
We'll see.
though,
We'll
that
see.
Gunn wouldn't let it become a Maxima story per se,
Right.
as much as it did in the 90s during the Panic in the Sky storyline. But I think I can see it being, I don't even want to say co-lead, but I can see her getting a prominent role.
Well, now these are the four actresses that, according to the Hollywood Reporter, say that they went down to Atlanta to try out for James Gunn. Now he's down there prepping the sequel right now. Now we start with Adria Arjona, who is best known for Andor.
She's also in the movie Hitman.
Yeah.
And I quote her all the time, just walking around my house. Who the fuck is Gary?
She was also in the Belko experiment that James Gunn did. But I'd rather that he hold her back for Wonder Woman instead. Honestly.
She would be a good Wonder Woman,
I think she would be the best Wonder Woman. Then you got Eve De Dominici, who was in the TV series The Cleaning Lady. That's her right there. Also, you got Sydney Chandler from Alien Earth. And they're starting season 2 right now, so I kind of wonder if it's her. I don't think it will be. Grace Van Patten was Amanda Knox in the Twisted Tale of Amanda Knox, and on Netflix, on Hulu. So those are the 4 that the Hollywood Reporter is saying are trying out. Now, again, I would rather Adria be Wonder Woman. So, James Gunn, if you're listening, please.
Did we get a Mercy Graves in the 2025 Superman? I don't think we did.
Not explicitly.
No, not explicitly.
I could see Sidney Chandler being a Mercy Graves. The more bodyguard style, not the filling the Miss Tessmacher-esque role that she did for a while.
Okay.
So kind of like the animated series, Mercy Graves.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, we'll see what happens. We'll probably find out sometime. I mean, CinemaCon is happening either this weekend or
It starts this upcoming Sunday.
this upcoming Sunday.
When this drops, CinemaCon will be happening.
Oh, okay, because that's when we're going to start to get all kinds of news. So, all right. Brad Bird. He made The Incredibles. He made The Iron Giant. He made Ratatouille. And he's making a new animated movie called Ray Gunn. And it's going to be
awesome.
It's going to be on Netflix.
Ray Gunn, a breakdancer?
That's Dr. Ray Gunn to you.
Your other close personal friend.
My other dear close personal friend, yeah.
You might want to re-examine some of these relationships, Rebecca.
This one is Sam Rockwell as Ray Gunn, a private eye in an alternate future as seen from 1939. So I guess it's some kind of retro future kind of thing. That's got Rebecca
cool.
all over it.
Sign me up.
He gets into a case involving aliens, murder, and a multimedia star named Venus Nova, voiced by Scarlett Johansson. And Tom Waits is an green alien character voice.
Mid-fill.
That's fun.
That is. Brad Bird said that this has been in my mind for over 30 years. The film is a blend of sci-fi, classic detective movies from the 40s. It's Maltese Falcon meets Buck Rogers.
I mean,
Yes.
Yeah.
But Brad Bird has also, one of the things I like about Brad Bird is his look at retrofuturism. Mm-hmm. Because if you look at The Incredibles, very much reimagined, retro kind of futuristic. So I would love to see what he does here in large scale.
Well, I mean, I'm in. Those movies, The Incredibles, Ratatouille, Iron Giant, some of my favorites. So I'll follow him, sure. Let's see. Also, other news. The Boys has started. And so Eric Kripke is out being interviewed.
Oh, I thought that was Anthony Starr without his costume on.
Without his wig.
And they're talking to him about, it looks an awful lot like the news.
Well.
So here's what he said. He said it hadn't been written before the 2024 election. I mean, in his story, there are federal troops being sent into American cities, undesirables being rounded up and sent to freedom camps, White House press briefings that devolve into jeering gaslighting sections, leading the country as a megalomaniac who might be going insane. And so Eric Kripke says, it's not a great feeling. It's a sinking feeling. It's never great when the world out-crazies your superhero show with exploding penises. The stuff that has come to pass since we wrote it, including internment camps, sending federal troops into cities, even tiny references like that clown in charge of the military, because in the show they have a guy named General Mayhem who's in charge of the military. He says, because he needs to be extra macho. When we were writing the season, and I swear I'm not making this up, we genuinely thought it was a little out there, that this was the furthest we were venturing into full-on sci-fi, or at least speculative fiction. And so much of it has come to pass already. It's really upsetting.
It's like I say all the time on TV show in space, there's no original stories anymore. Everything old is new, and everything has come to fruition. It's like we were watching Daredevil, and my husband, who doesn't watch Daredevil, I was explaining the anti-vigilante task force to him, and how people were upset because the types of people who are drawing conclusions that, oh, this must be an ice representation. And he was like, well, maybe don't have ice be so cartoonishly villainous.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Excuse me.
Exactly.
We can go back so many places like Viktor Orban, who's having trouble in Hungary right now, deservedly so because he's an asshole. But he was doing all this shit
Yeah.
10 years ago. We've got the brown shirts in Nazi Germany. We're doing all of this shit.
Exactly.
The hard part is that people don't see this coming a mile away
Yeah.
because it's been done so many times and so effectively.
Yeah.
And by giant cartoon supervillains.
Yeah.
The worst part about this is there are still going to be a subset of people that watch this, and they're still going to root for Homelander and the things that he's doing.
Sure.
It's going to
Exactly.
be like, are you nuts?
And
Like,
they're all on Twitter and listen to Joe Rogan.
This actually reminds me of when the Lone Gunman, the X-Files spinoff, launched, and like in their first episode, they detailed what an attack on the World Trade Center would be like,
Oh, jeez.
and that happened like right before the series premiered. So
The
I
first
don't
one.
even. Oh, I don't even remember that. You mean the first attack on the World?
The
Trade
first
Center.
attack. So the one where it was into the garage where a van was going to take
the
out
garage.
supports
yeah.
and knock one tower into the other tower across Midtown.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
You know, all these really grand schemes, and all you need is a giant ape.
Exactly.
And Jessica Lange.
Yeah.
Before you go to the next story, can I go back to Brad
yes.
Bird for just a moment because you reminded me of something?
Oh, okay.
Apparently, I'm going to read a quote from Dark Horizons because it'll be faster. A number of high-profile filmmakers are uniting to form the Filmmaker Leadership Council, a coalition designed to champion the future of cinema worldwide. The group will be led by two major producers, Jerry Bruckheimer and Dame Emma Thomas. And also joining them are Ryan Coogler, Brad Bird, and Jason Reitman and Celine Song. The Brad Bird is what triggered the thought because I was like, I remember seeing his name attached to that. But they're just trying to offer meaningful support for theatrical exhibition and will work with exhibitors, trade organization Cinema United, the group formerly known as the Other NATO, the National Association of Theater Owners, to provide vital feedback and recommendations on the most pressing issues facing theatrical exhibition today, as opposed to streaming.
Okay.
So Rob, I read that same thing. That was where I also learned that Ryan Coogler turned down being part of the Academy.
Oh.
Really?
And he, as part of this like same article that I read, it was like, hey, he turned down being part of the Academy, and now he's doing this awesome thing.
Wow. Okay.
One more reason to love Ryan Coogler. Sorry, I didn't mean to jump. It was just one of those things where Brad Bird's name popped up. I'm like, I remember seeing another article about him.
It happens. That's fine. But finally, we're ending with a story for Rebecca.
I know. I wish Jay was here.
Hey, it's Black Superman and Thor.
I wish Jay was here so you could both say it together.
Extraction.
Extraction.
I sent this story to Jay, and I was like, and he was like, "How many times does this man got to get extracted?" And I was like, at this point, it's a him problem.
Exactly. I guess Idris Elba showed up at the very end of Extraction too.
I couldn't tell you, man.
You don't remember? Okay.
No, I don't know if I watched Extraction.
I haven't even
2.
seen them, so
Did I?
But Sam Hargrave, who did the first two, returning for the latest sequel. Plot details have yet to be revealed, but Idris Elba joining the franchise. Yeah, so he was in a cameo in Extraction 2 in 2023. Okay.
So is Chris Hemsworth kind of like Alexis Rose on Schitt's Creek, where this isn't the first time he's woken up in a trunk?
Well, but also, the premise isn't Chris Hemsworth got to get extracted from places. It's Chris Hemsworth extracting
He's the
other
extractor.
people. He's the extractor.
He's doing the extraction.
See,
And
I
He's a
just
honestly,
couldn't bring
they're
myself
fun.
to watch it.
They're fun. There's the gimmick of these movies is there's always a oneer, just like a 10 to 15 minute long one shot rescue, and they are pretty cool.
So I'll watch those parts.
So you're getting a third one. All right. What did we consume this week? Who wants to go first?
Kirkland brand energy drinks.
All right.
That's all
Quad
he wants
T
to
will go
talk
first.
about.
You go first, Tony. What's
Oh, you want me to go first? All right. Yes. I didn't watch a whole lot of stuff except for Jury Duty, the Company Retreat. That's what it's called. Season 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, we finished it last night. The last episode came out yesterday. Fantastic show. I am very curious, and I think we're going to find out more about this later on because they're doing another series that will come out soon that is a behind-the-scenes, several-episode look at how they put it together. And they do a little bit of that in the very last episode, but you're going to get a lot more of it because I am just fascinated with how they find these folks that they have be the main characters.
I wonder, this is very woo-woo, I wonder if also when they're writing the script, they're manifesting a good person because
That is very woo-woo.
Because the person that, like, the name that they use in place of whoever they're getting, they call that person the hero.
Right.
And so our hero will come in over here and they reference that person as the hero, which ultimately, like, they kind of turn out to be.
That's the thing. The person has to do a set of things along the way to further the story in the direction the writers want it to go. And if they don't do those things, then it kind of just falls apart. They have to evolve around the different choices. Anyway.
But this guy, he was doing stuff that they're like, oh wait, no, we still have like 3 more lines of dialogue we got to get through before we can do that.
He's doing the things before they're even kind of trying to prompt him in that direction. And anyway, it was really good. So I really like that show. What else did we watch this week? That's kind of about. Oh, we caught up on like R.J. Decker. We're still having a lot of fun with that show. And Abbott Elementary, and the standbys, the fall and rise of Reggie Dinkins, just the fun stuff that's out right now.
So I've been watching Reggie Dinkins, and I've decided that his sidekick, Bobby Moynihan.
It's so funny.
Let's just give him his own show.
He's so funny.
If I could just watch a half hour
Oh
of
my
Bobby
gosh.
Moynihan being silly,
Yeah.
I'd be a happy, happy boy.
Oh man,
Anyway.
his hearing thing from the earwax.
Yes.
That they go back to that joke a few times. So funny.
Anyway, who wants to go next?
Again.
Okay, Rebecca.
Books. I read. So I borrowed some books from a friend a long time ago, and I'm only just now getting around to reading them so I can return them. One of them was this Emma Frost Ultimate Collection.
Whoa.
Yeah. This is not representative of what's in the book.
I'm just trying to figure out if that's a shitty Greg Land trace job or a Milo Manara smut job.
That's to get you to buy the book.
It is. It's an Emma Frost. It's the Emma Frost origin story. I was about halfway through the first collected volume in this, and I was like, "Hey, why do I hate this?"
Oh,
And
really?
I looked into it, and it was published, but from 2003 to 2004, and I'm like, yes. I see. That's when I hated being a teenage girl, and that's what this is.
Okay.
I did not care for it. So my first recommendation, I did not care for it. TV shows, Shrinking wrapped up this season. Big warm hug.
Indeed.
The Pit.
Oh, are you all caught up?
Yeah, there's one more episode, everybody.
Yeah.
That's the episode I show up in.
Who, boy. Jury Duty Company Retreat. Love. Also a warm hug. And then Malcolm in the Middle, Life's Still Unfair. 4-episode reboot series. If you like original Malcolm in the Middle,
I do.
then I think you will enjoy the new Malcolm in the Middle. It is modernized. It did feel really weird to watch it in widescreen. But
Oh yeah.
otherwise,
That's right. They were all 4x3 back then.
yeah. But otherwise, I loved it. It really retains a lot of the heart and the spirit of the original show. I did have to look up a bunch of stuff because there was some stuff from like the finale that I was like, well, now who's this child? Because there's another child. They have a lot of freaking kids, and it makes sense because. Spoiler, in the finale of Malcolm in the Middle, Lois finds out she's pregnant again, but we don't know the gender.
That's right.
And so in this new series, the youngest is a non-binary kid, which is so funny and clever. I liked it, and honestly, I would watch a whole series of Hal and Lois navigating COVID. I think that would be really funny. But also, I don't know if this is like a backdoor pilot, if they're kind of testing the waters for more.
I hope
Because
so.
once this ended, I was like, I would watch a lot more of this. I actually really, really enjoyed this. And really cool to see everybody who came back. Dewey did not come back. They got a replacement actor for him, but it's fine. I don't know. It was nice, and I liked it, and I would recommend it if you liked Malcolm in the Middle.
So I haven't watched it yet. I'm going to watch it today. But the guy they got to replace Dewey, I saw a picture of him. Looks a lot
like him, yeah.
Yeah.
See, and I thought I heard that that the character just wasn't even going to be in the show, but I'm glad
He's
they
there.
recast
I
him,
mean,
you know?
barely. Like the premise of the series is Hal and Lois are having a 40-year anniversary party, and she wants all the kids back together. But Malcolm has separated himself from the family. He has a daughter, and the premise is, Hal and Lois trying to get all the kids back together for their 40th anniversary party.
Okay.
And it's
Wouldn't
I
it have
liked it.
been Wouldn't it have been really right on tone if Dewey was not on the show but just wandering around in the background?
Following a hamster ball full of hamster kibble.
I mean, that's kind of
purse.
what happens. That's kind of what happens.
Good.
That's funny.
Movies I saw this week, Yumi and Tuscany. So the future of rom-coms hinges on the success of this movie because we don't get rom-coms in theaters anymore. And so I saw a Twitter thread from a screenwriter, rom-com screenwriter, who said studios are looking at the success of Yumi and Tuscany before deciding what to do with future rom-coms. So,
which is based on the premise of this movie, because it's leads of color. Mm-hmm. I worry about that.
Yes. Oh, yes.
As a deciding factor for, well, nobody went to see this.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I don't know about that because I went to a Thursday afternoon screening. My theater was pretty full. There was a lot of people there on a Thursday afternoon for this movie.
Can I quote you?
Yeah, you can.
Rebecca messaged me he's like, I'm at a screening of Yumi and Tuscany, and I'm the only white person in this audience. And I'm like, I'm duly impressed.
And it was so much fun because...
Did they talk to the screen?
Yes. But like, there's also...
Wait, the actors or the people in the
the people in the audience.
theater.
Oh, okay.
I once went to a screening of Hidden Figures in Midtown New York, and the man in front of me straight up, one, brought in food, two, took a whole phone call during the movie. But whatever. But so Yumi and Tuscany. The premise is Halle Bailey plays a woman who's kind of down on her luck. She was a chef who dropped out of chef school. She meets an Italian man who's telling her about this villa that he has in Tuscany that's just kind of sitting there vacant because he's traveling all the time. And so she, on a whim, decides to go to Tuscany. She arrives there during this festival, so there's no room at the inn. But she remembers, oh, this guy said that his villa is practically empty, so I'll just go break in and stay there.
What?
And it's rom-com premise. Logic.
I think
throw
I saw
it
a
out the
trailer
window.
for this. It's
I
the
feel
girl
a
that
meet
played
cute
Little
coming
Mermaid,
on.
right?
Yeah, Little
It is
Mermaid.
the woman who played Little Mermaid, and then Regé-Jean Page shows up.
And see, that's all you had to say to get Gina there. She's
There is, and like I said, my theater was hooting and hollering. This movie was cute. It was funny. It's not like salacious at all. Like there's nothing where you feel like you have to cover your eyes because it's like so sexy or whatever.
But you said Regé-Jean Page.
There's
back up here.
there's a moment he takes off his because so the
course.
sprinklers come on, and she's like, I can't get my hair wet, it'll mess up my edges. And he takes off his shirt to protect her hair. And the women in the audience, I don't know if they were hooting and hollering over him taking his shirt off or taking his shirt off to protect her hair, but
Both.
it was a little bit, yeah.
love,
I mean,
love.
For those of you who don't understand, edges for a black woman's hair, it's work.
It is.
It's a lot of work.
Because she even says, who was going to do my hair out here? And
Tuscany?
yeah. Because they are like the only two black people in the entire movie, honestly.
Yeah,
the rest,
it's like Utah, great.
Yeah.
If you want a better understanding of that, Chris Rock did a documentary called Good Hair, and it explains it anyway.
Anyway, cute movie. I really liked it. If you are going out to the theater this weekend, I encourage you to see You Mean Tuscany, because we deserve more rom-coms. We deserve more variety in movie theaters than sequels and reboots and blah, 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 blah. Speaking of, we've done this before, Hamlet. There's a version of Hamlet that's out now, starring Riz Ahmed.
I like him.
He's great. Here's the thing about Shakespeare adaptations. People don't do Shakespeare adaptations because we're due for a new one. These are always passion projects, and this version of Hamlet, you can tell, is definitely a passion project. It takes place in modern London following a South Asian family. So there's a lot of Indian and Pakistani actors, and Riz Ahmed plays the titular Hamlet. And the cool thing about this version is, while it's very modernized, they take the dialogue from the play and keep the dialogue. So it's original Shakespearean dialogue in this modern setting. And I liked it. I thought I was going to be bored. I was actually hooked from the first 5 seconds.
And Kenneth Branagh tried to do that as well, and he made me interested in Shakespeare again when he started doing those. So that's why I'm kind of interested in seeing.
The ultimate is Baz Luhrmann's Romeo plus Juliet, because that managed to do the story justice and update it by putting it in Miami.
So this new Hamlet, not really reinventing the wheel or anything. There is a scene that is really cool. It's the play within the play, but they do it with a Bollywood flair, and that was very cool to watch. Otherwise, I mean, if you like Shakespeare, this is a perfectly serviceable, enjoyable movie. And then I watched 2 shark movies last night. Thrash is on Netflix. These are both on Netflix, by the way. Thrash, which came out this week. Did you ever see Crawl from like a couple years ago, about a hurricane that comes into town and then people are trapped in their house and there's an alligator?
Yeah. Okay.
That's this, but with sharks.
Oh.
And it's wild. Digimon Hansu is there. What's he doing there? I don't know. But it just follows like 3 separate plot lines of people trapped in their houses and their sharks. And, and then the follow-up movie I watched was Under Paris, which was a movie that came out, I think, in 2024.
Sharks in the
Sharks in the Seine. Yeah. And the mayor of Paris is the mayor from Jaws, but woman. So,
may I ask,
we need these tourist dollars.
What caused you to want to watch 2 shark movies last night?
Well, Thrash came out this week, and one of the guys that I do that movie show with, he loves shark movies and was raving about Thrash. So I watched it and I was like, wow, this movie is actually very funny. And then I was telling him about it and he was like, you should watch Under Paris now. And so watch Under Paris is a lot slower than Thrash, but when it gets crazy, it gets crazy. So shark movies.
All right. There you go. Thank you, Rebecca. Lee?
I watched very little this week, but boy, what I watched was really awesome. So I'm going to start with City of Lost Children, which is like in my top 10 movies of all time from 1995, directed by the director of Alien Resurrection, but don't hold that against him. That was Fox. Fox said, what the hell did this crazed Frenchman give us? So they re-edited it. Jean-Pierre Jeunet, he's a fantastic director. Ron Perlman's in it, speaking French.
What?
And he's
wow.
And he's also
how's his accent?
I don't know, because like he doesn't.
I wouldn't know either. I'm just curious.
He's a circus strongman, so he doesn't say much, but the whole story is some guys in a Cyclops cult steal his little brother and sell his little brother to a bunch of clones who live on an oil rig because they want to know what dreaming feels like.
What? I am in. How I got to find this movie.
It's one of my favorites. It has been for a long time, but I wanted to show it to the kid last night because, wife's out of town, so I can play all my weird shit without the occasional yawning and falling asleep on the couch going on. Louise Sudgeon from Rogue Miniatures, probably drawing a blank from most people watching this, but she's a person who used to paint miniatures for Warhammer. And she's got a great series called Rogue Miniatures. And she was contacted by some anthropologists and archaeologists in England who were excavating because England is a former Roman colony. You have to have archaeologists on every single construction project because you never know when you're going to come across a Roman bathhouse. So they found a lead miniature from literally the time of Christ.
What?
Sitting in a ditch. And they were like, one, really blown away by how, beautiful it was and how well done it was. They made a reproduction of it for her to paint. And they showed her what the paint palette, the ancient Romans, who did paint their miniatures before they played war games, by the way. So she's got a series where she's talking about getting this miniature and the painting process behind it, which has been really good. Watched a documentary about Grace O'Malley, the Pirate Queen of Ireland. It's right up Rebecca's alley.
Yeah.
About a woman who was alive during the time of Queen Elizabeth and who managed to keep the west coast of Ireland completely under her thumb during a period of time where women weren't supposed to do anything other than take care of the house. So pretty wild stuff. And then a bunch of documentaries about geothermal heating because why? Why do we use gas heating? Well, because it's expensive and there are people who make a lot of money off of it. We can actually bury some stuff 6 to 10 feet underneath the ground and cooler houses for next to nothing, but whatever. And also, since a new edition of Warhammer 40,000 is coming out, I'm continuing to try to learn how to play this game that I've been playing for 45 years and continuing to realize why I don't care. That's it.
All I got from Lee this time was we've had tabletop nerds for thousands of years.
Yeah. But historically, a lot of people thought we only had tabletop wargaming, that generals would get together and push their little guys around and say, well, and when we go to Londinium, we'll come in from this flank. And they would do scenarios on tabletop to show how the game or how the battle might go. But it turns out there are people who actually played recreational war games.
The idea of a Jesus hero clicks has got me kind of excited now.
Level 10.
Oh, you got me to the
Level up.
resurrection part of the click. Hold on.
I mean, we can make that happen for you.
Roll back that stone door. The Nazarene has risen.
There's probably a Buddy Christ one already. Like,
Yeah, now I want a Space Lincoln hero clicks and a Jesus hero clicks, and I want them
Okay,
to
the
fight.
funny part is if HeroClix hadn't lost the Star Trek licenses early on to their Star Trek HeroClix as they did, I think you would have gotten
I
Space Lincoln.
wanted Space Lincoln,
But only in a
HeroClix.
2-pack with Collis.
I'll take it. Anyway, let's see. Rob, you want to go next?
No, let Chick go.
Okay.
I'll back clean up.
all right. So I watched Saturday Night Live with Jack Black and Jack White this week and enjoyed it thoroughly because they did an unusual departure on the cold open, and it was focused on March Madness and not the burning world, which was quite nice. And Jack Black was great as he always is, and watched the national championship game and watched my Yukon Huskies go down.
Oh,
Then I
no.
cried. Then I got over it. Best thing I watched all week though was Scrubs. The penultimate episode of the revival.
Oh, I better go order my screener real quick.
And behind.
It's I won't do any spoilers, but it is a gut punch in the best Scrubs sort of way, and I am terrified of the finale next week.
Oh, no.
Because they've said already that there are a couple of returning cast members who haven't appeared so far, and that does not portend well for the future of a particular character. That was
You're
because
saying
of
the
the gut
janitor
punch.
might come back?
He is coming back, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Comics wise, pretty low this week. Rick and Morty: The End, number 5, which is close to wrapping up Oni Press's decade of Rick and Morty comics. Ninja Turtle 17,
Oh, look at that.
which is really fun. This arc
Cat
in
lady?
yeah, basically. She's a witch
okay.
who turns into cats and controls cats. It's fun stuff. But this arc has been really, really interesting in the fact that Splinter has come back and he's a villain. He's possessed and believes that the only way that he can have his family back is if he kills the turtles, and particularly if he kills Casey Jones. So
What?
yeah, it's a wild story. It's very, very cool. Probably the best Turtles I've read in a while. Wow. And then shameless plug, Rick and Morty, Rick versus the Universe, hardcover collecting the miniseries and its tie-ins from last summer, hit this week, and it includes my story Beth Till Death.
Nice.
Yay.
Cool.
My poor wife made the mistake of texting me. Was the goo that got Matt Murdock's eyes the same goo that made the turtles?
Yep.
And that
opened
was
that
probably
door.
the worst hour and a half of her life.
Yeah.
You should have just said yes.
All right.
No.
Rob, what do you got?
Okay, so since Lee didn't, N.K. Jemisin, reader, find her stuff, local library, bookstore, whatever you do. Still reading Black AF History because my reading time is kind of limited this week. Part of the reason my reading time was limited was I got a surprise that my brother was in town during the middle of the week.
Nice.
And it was just like, I literally got surprised at dinner by we were going to a restaurant and he walks up to me and asked me a question that I didn't expect and not expecting to see him, went face blind, just like, why is this strange person asking me this? What the hell are you doing here? So it was a lovely surprise. So I got to spend a couple of days with him. So that was good.
That's nice.
Which limited some of my TV watching. So I watched the Artemis mission, just various parts of it while they're just circling the moon, where they went behind the back of the moon and missed the opportunity to do both Dark Side of the Moon, and there was another one I said that they should have done, but can't remember what it was now, as they're going into the shadow of the moon.
Man, some of those pictures they sent back, just
Amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
amazing.
Monarch, because kaiju, why not?
Yeah.
Nice.
Deep Space Nine and The Wire. And then I watched a movie with Thor, the Hulk, Storm, and a different Hulk's father called
Crime
Crime 101. It's a heist. It's a heist movie set in Southern California. Chris Hemsworth is a thief, and that's really all I can tell you about his part of the movie. Mark Ruffalo plays a cop who's trying to figure out what's going on. Halle Berry is an insurance adjuster who's embroiled in all of these crimes and trying to figure out, was the owner of the jewelry store involved, blah, blah, blah. It was a little out there, but it was fun. It was not one that's sitting there finishing it going, well, that's another 2 hours I'm not going to get back. It was actually pretty fun. I did enjoy it. Comics-wise, going to do this as a 3-for-1 kind of, sort of. 3-for-1 being X-Men number 26 and X-Men Annual number 1, both by Gail Simone. This one, Who's Been Sleeping in My Bed, the Outliers, who are the kids who are staying with Gambit and Rogue, Wolverine, and Nightcrawler in Louisiana, are experiencing odd dreams and are kind of reliving a different team's experiences, but they're not explaining how it's happened yet. The Annual is Who Are the Regulators? It's kind of a little bit of a backstory as to how a certain clawed mutant wound up knowing about the place where they're currently staying in Louisiana.
Oh,
and
so a good Wolfsbane story, finally.
Finally, yes. And they kind of explain a little bit about how Haven House came to be a safe haven for mutants in Louisiana. It's actually a fun story. Both of them are fun stories. Both of them are told well. Gail Simone writes a great Gambit and Rogue, honestly. They actually feel like a couple who have been through hell and back and actually love each other.
Characters, the way she writes them, which I was really impressed by, because in the past they're always very one note.
Yeah, and she gives them depth.
Very, 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 very dimensional in this.
Yeah. Absolute Wonder Woman number 16, new story arc starting here. And this is your Ultimate Zatanna.
Yeah.
Oh, mama.
Oh.
Yeah.
And big fight happens. We also meet a new Suicide Squad in the Absolute Universe. And finally, ever since the early 80s, I've been a fan of the character Firestorm.
Yeah, Firestorm's rad.
This story takes, I mean, they've done different spins of the character, different takes on it.
Which version
this time,
of Firestorm is this?
Pardon me?
Which character, which version of Firestorm?
We don't know, literally.
Oh.
They assume everybody, so Firestorm shows up in a town in Colorado and just starts going, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. It starts transforming things and people in the town into different things. And they do it like on the first day, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and on the seventh day he rested, is how it opens.
Interesting.
So they bring in Lorraine Riley, who was featured in the 80s as a another nuclear-based character named Firehawk. Like, you know Ronnie Raymond, who they're assuming is this Firestorm. Like, we need you to go in and talk him off the ledge. And she's like, I can try. And we find out a few things about the Firestorm. And coming out, this is also coming out of Doomsday Clock from the previous DC iteration, where Dr. Manhattan kind of is the basis of this iteration of the DC universe. So this is part of the Project Superman agenda, where the U.S. was like, we need to make metahumans, and they recruit a number of scientists to do so. And it looks like this follows in that path.
Okay.
But it is, I mean, fantastic story. It's written by Jeff Lemire, who does horror fantastically well. And it looks like he's doing, I'm not sure if this is definitely a horror take, but it has a very horrific slant to it. So it is, I'm really curious to see where they go with this. They've built up a story that is suspenseful. The cliffhanger, you're just kind of like, that just happened. I need to know now what happens next. So I recommend that for anybody who's a fan of either Lemire or the Firestorm character, or both.
Sounds a little bit like the story last year with Captain Atom and Jenny
Yes, and it
Sparks
reminded me a lot of that going in,
bar.
but then it changes.
Oh,
it diverts a bit.
Okay,
so I'm
good.
like, they're not just rehashing that story.
Good.
But it
I'll check
reminded
that
me
out.
very much of that in that first few pages.
All right. Jake.
Oh,
No, we did, Jake.
Jake,
We
yeah,
did.
your
yeah.
turn.
It's you,
But,
sir.
My
I
turn.
will say this on the top of my. I meant to mention this. The top of my reading pile right now is Kevin Smith's Bizarro #1. And I
Kevin
don't know if
Smith's
any-
writing a Bizarro comic?
Yes, he is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. And I love Bizarro. I love Bizarro. In 2009, I wrote Bizarro, like Halloween on Bizarro World for DC, and it to this day is one of my favorite things I've ever written. I can't wait to dive into Kevin Smith's take.
Am I under the impression that this Bizarro was like a script originally that he wrote with another guy, and then the guy found it and said we should do something with this, since it was never produced?
Maybe there is a co-writer on it named Eric Carrasco who worked on Smallville and Supergirl.
That's what it was for. Yeah.
So, yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. But
Anyway, really, I just consumed the usual stuff that y'all did this week. But Daredevil,
Oh my god, I can't believe you guys are behind on
I
Daredevil.
got to catch up. I suck.
I'm too behind. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's my wife's favorite show, and watching it without her would have been like, the end of a
Divorce bait.
33-year-old marriage.
Yes.
the things that happen in this episode, wow. I did not see that coming.
I got
honestly.
thoughts on Bullseye.
I got to
Yes.
watch. I got to catch up.
Does Matt throw a baby off the roof because he thinks it's the Antichrist?
Does that happen in the comics?
I'll give you I'll give you just a little taste of it. The beginning sequence with Bullseye,
We've seen that. It's all over YouTube.
featuring New York State of Mind,
Yeah.
where he gets up in the morning and he mimics the shots, I should say, mimic the first season of Daredevil, where Kingpin would make himself breakfast every morning, and it's very meticulous, and he's very purposeful with all of his movements. And Bullseye's doing the same thing, except
plate of eggs.
Exactly, but Bullseye's just doing a fried egg. But the camera the shots kind of mimic Kingpin's whole thing. But he doesn't eat the egg. He gives the egg to the landlady's cat. And the landlady's...
Is he nice?
Because he's a good
Rebecca,
boy.
don't fall in love with the sociopath.
I hope this doesn't awaken anything in me.
He's nice sometimes.
Yeah,
But
just
so
keep in mind he hasn't killed anybody's mother yet.
Well, here's the, okay. So he gives it to the cat, and then he goes down the street to a diner, and he's at the diner, and he's talking to the lady behind the counter, and says, "What's this place known for?" She goes, "Well, milkshakes are okay." He goes, "I will have a banana milkshake," and she makes it for him, and he sits there, and he drinks it, and then he gets out the phone, and he calls the task force. And he's a terrible actor.
Yeah.
Oh my, I think I just saw Frank Castle go into the diner.
Oh
The
my.
diner.
He's got a gun.
And he's exactly. So then he puts the phone down, finishes his milkshake.
Is it a $5 shake?
It's a damn good shake. Puts a toothpick in his mouth, and then puts the straw over the toothpick and sits. Task force
then-
comes in.
The task force comes in a little too aggressively.
Well, they're ice, you know.
Yeah.
Everybody does. Well, they're expecting
You
Frank
met a cop?
Castle with a they're expecting Frank Castle with a gun, you know. So naturally
Yeah.
they're going to go in there full bore, and he just sits there. Everybody else gets on the ground. He just sits there, and then one of the task force points to him and says, you know, "Hey, shake guy, come on, get on the floor," and he turns and looks at him. The task force guy realizes, oh shit, that's Bullseye. At which point Bullseye goes,
Yeah, I figured.
toothpick
Blow dart.
right into the guy's eye, and then he just wipes out the entire task force.
Now,
And casually,
I paid attention to the shot.
yeah.
The look on that cop's face was, oh, is this awakening something in me?
Yeah.
But that's
We're
just
all
the
feeling it.
That's just the opening sequence of this episode. All right. Shit happens at the end that is just you're going, I did not see that coming.
Ooh, and it's good.
So-
Plot-wise and storytelling-wise, it's
Oh, yeah.
juicy.
It's juicy.
Out of all of what
there's my
you just
afternoon.
said, the way you know he's a sociopath, banana milkshake.
I was like, why is this
Orders a
motherfucker getting a
banana
banana
milkshake.
milkshake?
But this entire sequence, Billy Joel's New York State of Mind is playing behind it.
So I guess that us hearing that at the airport then was just kind of like a prelude to this.
Exactly, Rob. All right. Let's head to the after party. Thank you all for being here. We're going to head over there. If you want to join us, geekshowgotthiscovered.com is the link to the Patreon. Come on, y'all. We're going to just continue this show after we get over there. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Joseph, come help you.